everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let's go to Germany and welcome all of you to the new episodes of the series MitShare Podcast. So sorry that it's such quite a long time I didn't post any new podcast. But anyway, today I'm back and I'm so happy that to see all of you here. The topic today is somehow is interesting and I received a lot of questions and requests on this topic. And of course, with the series MitShare Podcast, I always invite one guest, the one who can share with us their opinions, their experiences, and they will give us a lot of insightful, useful advices. So please welcome a very good friend of me. She is so smart, she is so funny, and she is the perfect match for this topic today. So please welcome Anh Leimer.
Hi everyone, thanks a lot for having me today and very beautiful picnic. So for you to know that today is actually a very spontaneous conversation that we have just 2 days ago. We thought, because we don't see us very often, so we think perhaps this time when we have a picnic here in beautiful Black Forest, maybe we should do something. So that's why we came up with these ideas that we will talk about something interesting. And thanks a lot to invite me for the podcast.
Yeah, it's my honor to have you here today. And as you know, we both work as a business intelligence, and I think that we have the same hobbies. I could say this hobby or big interest in one topic. So can you guess that's what should be the topic today?
Okay. Yeah, we share a lot of interests. Like we both love doing handmade a lot, but I guess that we are not doing handmade today, right? But so I'm sure that we will talk about something related to our job, perhaps business intelligence, or more specific in, let's say, data visualization.
Oh, that's right. Yes, today we will talking about business intelligence, but in the way more specific, more useful information for all of you based on our real experiences when we are working in Europe. So, but I think that before we jump to the topic, I think that outside our audiences or our friends know us quite well because we are quite active on LinkedIn and Facebook, and we post a lot of things relevant to the business intelligence. But I think that we should reintroduce ourselves once again in English, so our international friends will know us better. So I think I will start first. Yep. So my name is Thu Giais. I was born in Saigon, Vietnam, and I moved to Germany in 2018 for a master program. At this moment, I live and work in a small village which is located in the middle of the Black Forest, Germany. I have been working as a business intelligence since 2011. I was working for a German pharmaceutical company. And then when I moved to Germany after the master thesis, I was so lucky that I got a full-time job in the middle-sized company also as the business intelligence data warehouse specialist. So I could say that I have quite long career with the business intelligence. It's almost 14 years. It's quite long actually. And my hobbies, it's really hard to say that I have a variety of things I would love to do. Mostly the thing relevant to handmade. I love something creative, colorful. I love doing design also. So that is about me. And how about you? Like, I'm really curious, like what makes you become a business intelligence and what brings you to Germany or to Europe?
Yeah, thanks. So to introduce myself, I would introduce in 3 times number 3. So the first number 3 is I have a work and live in 3 countries. So I was born in Vietnam, worked there for several years before I moved to Germany first for my master degree, and I worked in Frankfurt for 2-3 years, and then currently I'm living in Switzerland. I have work in 3 different industries. So I started my career in consumer goods in brand management, and then when I moved to Germany, also work in Henkel, also a consumer goods company, and then I moved to Frankfurt and work in financial service industry. And currently, for the last 6 months, I have a work in a very different industry, which is metal and energy industry. And a little bit more about my personal life. I have a kind of 3 big interests. So one is hiking. Living in Switzerland is really the
really
best,
nice view. Yes,
the best place when you love going hiking. There's so many nice mountains in Switzerland to hike. Second, very similar to you, I also really love those things related to like hands craft stuff. I love doing decorations and so on. And the third big interest is I really love data visualization. It's not just my main job, it's not the thing that I earn money, but it's more than that. I think I can spend a lot of time after work learning and reading and watching a lot more about data visualization. That is really my interest.
That's why I say to all of you already, she is the perfect match for the topic today. So I think that we both have the big interest or the big passion in business intelligence. So have you ever asked yourself what is actually the definition about business intelligence?
All right, good questions. I mean, I have a work with it, but not really think about the definition. But simply put, I think business intelligence is the process of transforming the raw data to useful insights, and from there the business can have a more, like, let's say, more intelligence, like more smart decisions. So I think that's in different companies, different industry, different cases, it would be different, but in the end it's all about making sense of data.
I agree with you. To me, actually, I don't have any standard definition what is business intelligence, because as I work 14 years with this position, and I have chance to work in 2 different companies. So these 2 companies brings me totally different experiences in the business intelligence. Like when I work in Vietnam as a business intelligence, I belong to the marketing department. So I work as much more like front end. I work much more relevant to business strategy, business recommendation based on my analyzing data. I do much more with market research, with the ad hoc survey and reporting. But when I'm in Germany, when I work as the business intelligence, I belong now to the IT department, and I work much more like back end. I do much more coding, data warehouse, data models, do cleaning data, and of course also reporting. And I do much more like transforming the traditional reports from the Excel into dashboard, into data visualization. So it's totally different. It's not really relevant much now to the business things. And I know that you also work as a business intelligence in 2 different companies. So is this anything different about characteristic?
Yes, correct. I also have a work in 2 different companies since I work in data or in BI related jobs. So my first job working in BI, I was working in business teams. I work in a team called Market Intelligence, and my roles there is that I was the one who develop dashboard, and then based on that dashboard, the team we will have a better insight about the markets, and we also could support the management for better strategy. It's more in business side, so meaning that we analyze the data, but for our team and the management, and it requires a combination between technical skill but also business understanding as well, because we develop using the technical skills, but we have to understand very much the data to come up with the strategy.
Oh, okay.
And currently in my job, it's very similar to you as well. I moved to a little bit more technical. So currently in my current job, I work in a centralized BI team belong to IT. So me as a business intelligence specialist, or also I focus a lot more in data visualization now. I'm like the consultants for the business. So they come to me for with a requirements to build a dashboard, a report for them. And in this role, I would say it requires more technical skill, not only develop the dashboard, but also taking care of the administration behind about the systems, the access, and on those kinds of things. So my two roles are quite typical roles when you work with BI. One is more decentralized BI, where we work in a business team, and one is in centralized BI.
That's also quite different. As the BI job description, I know that we have to work a lot of tasks, but actually today I would like to focus especially on data visualization. I remember I have chance to work on both tools, Tableau and Power BI. But before 2016, the Power BI was not really popular, and the features, all of the features were not really updated. So I work much more with Tableau, and actually it's my first time doing something with data visualization. And I remember that time I quite like, wow, it's really, really, really good. And when I come to Germany, I have chance to approach the Power BI via the online BI course, and I feel that it's perfect. It's much easier and it's much more convenient because they belong to Microsoft platform. So everything is really somehow relevant or familiar to me to work on, like Excel or PowerPoint. So what is the BI tools that you are working now, or you love to work on, and can you share like what your experience on that?
Yep, very nice questions. I have experience working with a little bit with Tableau, ClickSense, but intensively with Power BI. And I would say maybe I'm biased a bit, but I would say if I would choose, I definitely choose Power BI.
Yes.
I think being so I moved from business to more data. So as a business user, I find Power BI much more user-friendly. I think for those people that are already familiar with Excel and PowerPoint, the interface of Power BI is very easy to navigate.
Yes.
And the second reason why I love Power BI is also the community is really strong. You can learn really like everything about Power BI in YouTube, in LinkedIn, in Power BI forum. Whenever I have questions, also I just put online and I definitely would find the answer. It's really a lot of things to learn. And also Power BI, I mean Microsoft invests a lot on updates, so they regular updates new feature, which keep us always need to be updated with the trend and keep continue learning, which I think is really nice.
Agree. Like now we have a lot of platforms to learn Power BI, like YouTube, LinkedIn. It's actually really good for everyone. I think like beside when we build a dashboard, beside the meaningful storytelling dashboard, I think it's also very important when we have the well-designed or the nice structured template, like for the user easy to read if they don't have experience in data analytics, and about the interaction between the diagrams. So could you please share us or share our audiences how to make attractive dashboard?
All right, so this is now it's very much my focus. I mean, my interest. I'm not sure if I can keep it short. You need to stop me because whenever it comes to data visualization, I'm really like I can talk like the whole day. But to keep it short without going too much into details, I would say I would like to emphasize on some key best practice, let's say in data visualization or in dashboard design. So I think the very important best practice that can make the difference for your dashboard is give the dashboard a structure. I always emphasize with my students that pay attention to the layout, the structure of the dashboard,
Right.
because it would give the user, like it would help the user navigate to get the insight easier. So give it the structure from more overview to more details, from high level picture to more deep dive insights.
Yes.
Following the natural movements of the eye. So all of the key information we put it on top for them to have the big overview, and then slice and dice the data with different visuals, and then perhaps you can end with tables giving the user the possibilities to slice and dice, to dive deeper, to like using drilling down to have more detail. So always give it a good structure. That is the first key point. The second point, I would say, there is a saying that I really love, and it's like my motto whenever it comes to data visualization. It says that perfection is achieved not when there's nothing more to add, but when there's nothing left to take away. It means that usually we try to put more things, and by default, when you build a visual in Power BI, by default it adds a lot of elements like the ACES label, the title, the legends, the grid lines, everything. But for me, I always ask myself, is this element necessary? Is this necessary? This necessary? And if it's not necessary, like if we move it out, it still makes sense, and it even make the more important data points more standing out, so we should remove it.
Yes.
So we remove the unnecessary elements to make the necessary elements pop out more, to easier to see. And if you choose when you choose the colors and palette and so on, choose a limited color palette, means that make it like simple, easy to see, and the insight would be more stand out instead of trying to put a lot in the dashboard.
That's right.
Perhaps the last point, a lot more, but perhaps I would say the last point I would like to share is always think from business users' perspective.
That's important.
I used to be that business user using data from other team, and I know very well myself that business user usually in general quite, let's say, low tech.
Yes. They don't use much.
I used to not even know Power BI at all. And for Excel, I just do some very simple calculation, and I even didn't know how to do pivots, for example. So business user, they focus on the metrics, the results that you bring, not all of the technical behind. So for them, it have to be as easy to use as possible. They need to know where to navigate, where to click to go to the next page, and for them it needs to be easy to use. So keep that in mind, and then build a dashboard, design a dashboard in the way that it's easy for them to use.
So how about the color we're using in the dashboard? Do you have any experience in using the color?
So regarding color, so first, usually when we work in a company for a brand, usually we have a brand guideline.
That's right, the template
to take the color from, but still in those cases we still can, like, let's say, optimize the color palettes. For example, the PowerPoint templates usually offer you color palettes which have like 5 to 10 different colors. When you bring it to Power BI dashboard, choose wisely which color you bring. Of course, it still need to keep the brand guideline, the brand look and feel. But for example, if you your brand is, let's say, blue, then keep that blue and then play with the different shade of gray. Gray always go well with any color.
Agree.
Dark or light with gray, it always more standing out. So choose a limited color palette, playing with different shade of gray and playing with different shade of the key color as well. So choose just maybe maximum three key color and then play around with the shade of gray or shades with the key colors. And don't try to put all of the colors in the dashboard.
I think the perfect will be like 3, maximum 4 colors in the dashboard will be enough. Cheers. So that's all very great tips for us how to do the nice dashboard. As you said that you change your career path from marketing, from branding into business intelligence, and I could say that you have very successful conversion. So could you please share to our audiences how to be successful in BI?
I'm not sure if my career is should be called successful, but I do love what I'm doing, so maybe it could be considered successful. I think I would like to highlight one point is that BI job in specific or data job in general is not for everyone. This is, I agree that it's very rewarding, very interesting, and you will never get bored in this field. But again, not everyone is suitable for this job. I have some Power BI trainings, and some of my students are more struggling than others. Why? If you don't have a very good eyes good eyes for details, or you easy to feel annoyed by working with details, I think it would be a bit painful working in this area, because of course we need to see the overview, but a lot of tasks require you to be very detailed. And second, I think that to work successful in this field, you have to commit to lifelong learning. There's so many things to learn. The tools is updated, the technology is changing very fast, and we always need to continue learning new tool, new way, new approach, new systems. So I think that is the key points. Keep learning and keep practicing.
Yes, because for for working as a business intelligence, we work with a lot of data tools. So the data tools with the technology, they always updated. I think that almost every month. I could say like Power BI, you see that the features, they always launch the new features, they update every month. You need to always keep up for learning. I also did mentors for some Vietnamese students, the one who want to become a business intelligence, or just basically they want to come to Germany. A lot of my students, they are successful to got their dream job and to become a business intelligence, but some of them still really struggle or troubles in the interview for the business intelligence position. So as an experienced business intelligence, could you share to my students or to audience out there that how to be confident in the interviewing for the job position, for the job business intelligence?
Yeah, very nice questions. I think that many people, especially the young people, like young professional or fresh graduate students, usually have let's say too much pressure whenever they come to an interview, because they want the jobs too much, but that is not a good approach, because when you're too pressure and you try so hard, it's difficult to be yourself. And I think that the key in interviewing
Mm-hmm.
is be yourself. Of course, be the best of yourself, but still be yourself. So I think being authentic is very important. See the interviewer as just another human being.
Yeah.
They are still human. They also have their issues, they have their problem, they also very much need someone to help them in the job. So treat the interview as a conversation, and the conversation is two ways conversation. When we enter an interview, it's not only about they assess us, they understand about us, but it's also the chance for us to know more about the job, whether it fits us or not as well.
That's
so
important.
use that chance as a conversation to know more if you fit with the job or not. So I think being authentic is very important and show your true self.
Yes, that's right. I agree. And then especially for the business intelligence, I think that is really important, or is necessary when we have a portfolio. To build for us a portfolio, like as you say, as you know, also on LinkedIn we have a lot of data challenge. So this is the very good chance for everyone, like slowly building the portfolio for themselves, and it is really good for the interviewer or for the recruiter. Then they just brief, or they just see the portfolio and they know how well we are in business intelligence, how well we are in the data analytics or the dashboard.
Yeah, totally agree. I think this should be the points I highlight. I recommend for all of my friends or students who wants to apply into this field, portfolio is a must-have.
Yes.
It's not about the certificates and so on anymore, but portfolio is really the key. And from my personal experiences, late last year when I started apply for a new job, and they already saw my portfolio, and in the interview they didn't ask any technical questions anymore, because they already see that okay, I could do the job. Of course they ask some question related to the project and so on, but it's so obvious that they can that I can do it, instead of spending too much time in the interview trying to know that whether I have enough technical skill. The conversation, the interview is all about my personalities, my experience, my way of working. It's so much easier. So prepare the portfolio.
So I think that we are both now quite happy with the business intelligence. I'm so curious, like, what is your plan in next 5 years? Will you still be a business intelligence?
I have not thought about it actually. To be honest, I don't plan so far in advance. So for example, 5 years ago, I didn't imagine I'm working in this field. To be honest, 5 years ago, I was also didn't know many things like Power BI and so on exist. But now I'm working in this field. So I cannot say exactly what I would do in 5 years, but I think that I still work in this field in general, perhaps a little bit different. It doesn't need to be exactly what I'm doing right now, but in my company I could also try out some different parts of the business intelligence area, or let's say, I don't know, everything changed so fast, so maybe I would do more in as a Power BI trainer, or I could have my own consulting firm. Like, who knows? Let's see what future brings. But I think I'm still staying in this in this field in general.
I think that you will be the perfect match for the business intelligence trainer. That's good. For myself, I think that I remember a lot of my students or my friends, they ask me like, what makes me become the business intelligence? Like any predicted hints to show like how you will be the business intelligence. Be honest, I didn't choose at the beginning. I didn't choose how to become the business intelligence. I remember my major was the business management, and I got the internship for my company in Vietnam for the position assistant for the project management teams. And after 3 months, I got the chance to do the interview for the business intelligence job. At that time, I was wondering like, what is the business intelligence? But it was really lucky that my company, my former company, they would like to build at the beginning the position business intelligence. So they need the person that totally clear about business intelligence. They don't need any experiences. So I got a job and I did a lot of training on that. And yes, it's become today after 14 years. I think I'm not so clear like what should I do or what will be myself in the next 5 years. But I think I would like to form myself stronger in business intelligence skill, and I would like to learn more about data warehouse management because at this moment it's really interesting for me. And I also want to upgrade myself stronger in the data analytics skill and also master in data visualization. So I think that is really should be the plan for me.
Yeah, there's a saying, you don't choose the job, but the job choose you, right?
Yes.
I think what we could do from our side is that we continue learning and do more reflection, understand ourselves better, and then we would know at which point of time what we would like to do, and just keep continue learning and
agree. I think so. Today we should close up the topic today because I think that we did very well and we give a lot of useful information for our audiences. I think that a lot of people now they want to become business intelligence should not so much worry. Like you see, and that she can change very good or converse very good her career from marketing into business intelligence. So it will not be the big struggles. Just be confident, keep learning. Like you know better when you learn and when you will know like how well you will be. I really wish that I and you we will be very successful more and more in business intelligence, and we should promise to our audiences that we keep sharing our journey about in the business intelligence to everyone much more and inspire them to be the better version, maybe more than us.
Yeah. So thanks a lot too for a very, very nice day today. A lot of good food and very chill atmosphere here in Black Forest, and very, very interesting conversation. I hope that you all learn something from our conversation, and maybe see you again next time.
Yes, we will make maybe the next topic in business intelligence or more detail in data visualization, and we will meet the new version of Anh. Maybe she will be the trainer already. That's right. So see you on guys, and see you the next podcast episodes. Bye bye.